Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the world. The business community, including Lobby, One Acadiana, and the Crowley and Rayne Chambers of Commerce have all expressed support for criminal justice reform. How would you approach this issue? Would you support sentencing guideline reforms to help reduce Louisiana's prison population?
The answer to that is yes, but there's a caveat to that. I'm a husband and I'm a father, and the idea of just opening the jails and letting everyone out is not exactly what I consider to be great reform. We need to know who can be rehabilitated, and we need to depend upon the experts in that area, our sheriffs, our chiefs of police, our law enforcement officials. We need to depend upon their input. And I know that there's a bipartisan, very large committee that's been looking at this for the last couple of years, and they're going to be coming out with their expectations on what they think might be the best reforms for us. We do have the highest incarceration rate in the country. That means we have the highest in the world. And part of me wants to say, look, the more crimes they commit, the more jails we ought to build. But that's not practical. What we really need is to empower our sheriffs and empower our local officials to look at what works. Sentencing guidelines, misdemeanor, and then immediately it's a felony, and all of a sudden, because you're a repeat offender, you serve a life sentence for a nonviolent crime. I think that is overpowering our judicial system, and I think it is overpowering our jail system. It also affects our local community, because whenever you have to pay DOC incarceration rates at the Sheriff's Department in Acadia Parish, you strap the budget at the Acadia Parish Police Jury. It's unsustainable. They can't spend the money because they don't have it. Then they have to rob from economic development, which was a recent proposal. Thank God they didn't do that. But we have to get those reforms in place in order to make the system work better. And if we can rehabilitate them, especially for nonviolent crimes, we ought to give them a second chance. I got one in my life whenever I was a baby, and I think everyone ought to have a second chance to have a great life in this country.